Yo, what up guys, it's your boy Sontj here to review episode 7 of Samurai Jack season 5. And I know I got a lot of people triggered, like on my last review, for yelling too loud and stuff like that. Look, if you are subscribed to the channel, you already know what's up. For people that are coming in new, just to let you know, I curse, I yell, I get hyped, and I like to make jokes. If you're too uptight and you gotta stick up your ass, don't come to these videos. Don't come to my videos ever again, just to let you know there. But anyway, enough of that negativity here. This episode really showed how beast Ashi is. I already knew Ashi was beast, but how Samurai Jack took care of the daughters of Aku, I thought maybe she's a little bit under like Jack, you know, not too like, not really his rival. This episode really proved how much of a badass she is, and it does a lot of callbacks. Before I go into more detail, Metro, play my intro. So yeah, for XCVIII, man, let's talk about this. Like, it's such a peaceful yet violent episode. I think that was the main gimmick of this episode, but let's start off at the beginning here. Okay, so the beginning is showing how and why Samurai Jack lost his sword. And pretty much it's when Jack is about to find the last portal to, well, maybe last, because we gotta still talk about the Guardian, because the creator already said that they didn't forget about the Guardian, so hopefully they didn't, because I still got a little worried. I'm a little worried about it. But anyway, so he's about to go find the last portal, right? And he has these little cute little goat animals, and they lead him to it, right? So he jumps in, he's about to go back to the past, save the day, and Aku comes in, he says, nah bitch, and grabs him, and they begin to fight because Aku blows it up, and he says it's the last portal in existence. Mind you, we still got the Guardian, and I don't know if Aku took out the Guardian or not. So remember, the Guardian was made so that only Jack, bearded Jack, can take him on, you know, and save the day, because that's what they said, that's his future. But Jack is enraged, and right before he can take out Aku leaves and turns those cute little animals to giant beasts, and Jack, you know, takes him out. But then he realizes that these cute little animals are like, they're the same thing and they're dead. So like, he thought these were just random demon creatures. No, these are the same animals that led him to the portal. And this is where it starts, where Jack starts getting this, you know, guilt trip, because throughout this entire season so far, he's been feeling nothing but guilt for killing things. And this is I guess this is the first time he killed, like, you know, animals, like, you know, because we already seen that his first time killing humans were the Aku daughters. So this is when he starts feeling like, you know, this samurai guilt, and pretty much his sword falls into this the hole that Aku left, destroying the portal. And so so he's telling this story to Ashi, and Ashi and Jack go down this hole to find the sword, and Jack realizes that he didn't lose the sword left him. So pretty much the sword that was made from his dad's spirit has left him, pretty much. So he decides the only way to go to create a new sword, pretty much, is to meditate and like figure, like, you know, find balance within himself. And while Jack is doing this, Ashi says, fine, okay, I'll like, she just pretty much is gonna wait for him. Then we see this giant army, right? In any other show, I would think these two are fucked. Do you see how huge that army was? But like, it's a humongous army. Like, it'll put like the people that fought 300 to shame, how big it was. But Ashi by herself just says, no, you shall not pass, pretty much. And the guys are laughing at her like, you little girl, you're gonna take on like an army of like pretty much like a 500,000 people. It was a crazy army, and by herself she like takes them all out, and mind you, with no weapons and a goddamn forest dress, she takes them all out, man. It is brutal as hell. She's throwing knives at people's heads. It's brutal, man, brutal as shit. But every time it gets brutal, we cut over to Jack, and he's going through this very calm spiritual journey. He's like swimming through the ocean, and I think that boat that he was swimming on, when he looked at it weird, I think it reminded him when he had to go on a boat when his dad was attacked by Aku, in those years of them being enslaved. So he finally meets this monk type creature, not creature, but this monk being that tells him the best way you can like find your sword is to make me some tea, which he does. And every time he does this, we cut over to Ashi whooping ass. One woman, two fists, like murked an entire army. It was devastating. It was lit. And she's like covered in blood, but it was kind of funny because next scene when she realizes that someone's getting close to Jack, she's not covered by blood anymore. But it just proves how much of a badass warrior Ashi really is, and she's protecting her man, Jack. Anyway, so we cut over to Jack yet again, like, and you just get to see how he's like it's very calm seeing this man make tea. It's a very calm sensation. But while he's doing this, when he finishes off, he gives it to the monk, and the monk is like, "This is terrible." And Jack's like, "What? Why is it terrible?" He says it has all the right ingredients, but it doesn't have balance. And then we get to see enraged past Jack, right? And it was cool seeing, like, you know, our original Jack from the beginning of the series in the like, you know, it's showing how Jack lost his sword. But we always get to see this like in very frustrated, angered Jack, and he's telling him he knows where the sword is. He's playing us, but Jack realizes that you're the reason why I am so unbalanced. Your hatred, your frustration. And he gets these like Super Saiyan eyeballs and blows them away. And once he removes him, the gods from like the ones that also helped his father, the Emperor, Jack pretty much makes his own sword from his spirit energy, right? And he, instead of getting like the super powered armor like his dad got, and also with like the Nimbus cloud and stuff, he just becomes like the original Samurai Jack. This is nostalgia. But before that happened, I almost forgot. We have the ultimate battle between daughter and mother, because the one that was about to kill Jack was the mother of the Aku daughters, right? And pretty much she's trying to manipulate Ashi and saying, hey, you can still come back to us if you kill the samurai. But Ashi sticks up for Jack and saying that he showed us the truth. And the mother does bring up a really great point. Why Ashi forgave Jack for killing her sisters, because that was something that was like, that's a little questionable. But she says that no, we was all made to kill, and we was pretty much dead soon as arrival when we fought Jack, because we was all made to kill him. Like, there was no way of convincing us not to, and she pretty much already forgiven Jack for that. So that was actually really cool there. Like, I'm really glad they touched upon that, because if they didn't, that'd be kind of like a plot hole. But she pretty much ends up defeating her mother and collapses, but she took on like 500,000 people, and also took on her mother, who was like damn near her power as well. So she beats her mother, and then like she throws like an arrow right before she's about to kill Jack and saves him. Then Jack wakes up from a spiritual journey, all shaven, with his like, you know, pretty much looking same old Jack, you know, clean as a whistle. And like he holds her, say, hey, you're okay? And like she says, hey, you're back, Samurai Jack, and hey, you're back, Samurai Jack. And she says that you're clean shaved and everything. And they say, what's the next step? To go find a coup. And remind you, there's only 3 more episodes left. There's only 10 episodes in this season. So my main like kind of question here is that, like, because we saw in the future, because the Guardian said that Samurai Jack needs to go to this portal to save the day, but he has a beard in that, you know what I mean? Like, I thought he was going to maintain his beard, and we already saw in little different previews that Samurai Jack has a beard with a bloody blade. But it seems like they just said, nope, this is the Jack y'all wanted, and he's clean shaved and ready for action. And the next episode preview is showing that like Jack and Ashi are still teamed up, and they're like trapped somewhere, and that's the end of that preview. I really enjoyed this episode. I'm really glad they brought back the gods, and I'm really glad that Jack has his sword with his own like spiritual power, because the last episode was all made from his dad's spiritual power, and I think it's only, you know, well made. I think it's only good for the story that Jack has his own sword made from his spiritual energy. So yeah, I really enjoyed Jack's journey. I think my only negative is I feel like the reservation with like the relevation, I can't say that word, man, I can't say it, but I think the resolve with Jack's inner spirit was kind of quick. Like, I wonder what happened to that little puffball that was also talking shit to Jack about, you know, him liking Ashi and stuff, or like or him wanting Ashi to kiss him. I wonder what happened to that thing. But I'm really glad we got rid of fucking monster Jack, I think. But I think there's still maybe, I don't know, maybe he just fully balanced and there's no more, like, we're not going to get any more inner Jack monologue. But I think that was a little bit solved quickly. But this episode really made Ashi look like a fucking beast, yo. Really powerful, and just it was just a balance between very violent and very peaceful episode. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. This is like the first episode I given not giving a 10 out of 10. But I think the reason why I'm not really, you know, bashing the whole Ashi takes on like a giant army is because, hey, this is Samurai Jack. But I think it was a little bit like too clean cut. But I really enjoyed the fight between Ashi and her mother. But I do think the resolution between Samurai Jack's inner like beast Jack is a little too quick. But yet again, this is like the 7th episode, so I was still giving a 9 out of 10. That's just my personal opinion. Let me know what you guys think about this episode. Do you think, like, how do you feel about Samurai Jack losing his beard and stuff, like, and being back to where he was? Do you think that he should have kept the beard so he can fit the you know, the vision the Guardian had, or maybe that just might be retconned and that was just a vision, and that the Guardian did get murked by a coup? And how'd you feel about how Samurai Jack lost his sword? Do you think it was really, like, really sad? I thought it was really sad just seeing how Jack is just feeling guilty over and over again, but I think he's finally regained his balance. But do you think he's gonna have any more, like, emotional turmoil, or you think just because, like, he got rid of that Beast Jack, that puffball's gone? And how excited are you to see the gods and stuff like that? I thought we were gonna see the monks, like, carving the sword again, but I feel like they didn't want to do that. And yeah, tell me how you think the last Guardian is gonna come in. And yeah. So yet again, like I told you at the beginning, I curse, I yell, I talk a lot, but hey, this is how I review things. If you don't like it, then get the fuck on. So yeah, if you like the video, man, like the video, please share it with your friends and subscribe. Sontj, peace. Love you all.